Hey, great Tuesday evening. It is a beautiful evening wherever I'm at, and wherever you're at. Probably the same. I am in. I'm still in. I'm still in Mazatlan, and Abraham just asked me how the weather is down here, and the weather was amazing. Great day. Let me say that it's a lot better than what I thought it was going to be. Uh, Good evening. Good evening. I've run into some people from all over the world. Actually, it's kind of a trippy deal. Some individuals from France, some individuals from Canada, and some individuals, of course, from the States. There's a great gringo community that lives up here, which is kind of interesting. And it's always kind of cool to run into people that appreciate what we have in Mexico. I think it's pretty cool. I think a lot of folks out there that actually come and stay here in these towns like Mazatlan, Chiapas, el estado de Chiapas, the Yucatan Peninsula. I think a lot of them can greatly appreciate not only the culture, but only the tranquility and peace that you find in a lot of these spaces. One of the things that I we asked was in regards to the safety here, because there is the cartel issue here in Sinaloa, and this is where Chapo was arrested ultimately. Actually, passed by the hotel where Chapo was arrested, and it's kind of trippy. But I was talking to some folks from Mexico City because we were going on this tour, and it's trippy how these places become like landmarks, and people want to take pictures of the place, and or people want to take selfies of the place. So it's kind of a weird, wacky deal. I did not take a selfie. I did not take a selfie of myself at the Chapo getting arrested hotel because I'm not really much into that kind of stuff. One of the things that I refuse to do is take selfies of Gucci little places with me or pictures with stars. But I did want a picture with Pussy
Star?
Gallery. Huh?
You came across a star?
No, I passed by the hotel where El Chapo was arrested,
Oh,
and everyone was going like, "Ahí arrestaron El Chapo. Ahorita vamos a pasar por donde arrestaron El Chapo." And we're like, "Oh, okay, it's just a hotel."
with a historical marker?
I don't think they have one yet. They don't do that kind of stuff here in Mexico, but to a certain degree, I think that they should. It would be like a little touristy attraction type of thing, you know. But
For who? For
for
like other cartel?
no, for people that visit Mazatlan, one of the things I don't know when I went to Colombia, one of the things that I was asked for, I don't know if you remember, but people asked me for the um, the poster of what's the guy's name? Pablo Escobar, the
Oh,
wanted poster for Pablo Escobar.
yeah.
Huh?
This would have been Flema.
Uh, she's got phlegma.
This is the cat we had asked you. This is the kid we had asked you wanted. Huh?
You adopted the cat after all?
Who's who's coming up? And that's coming up.
Huh? Are you lagging or am I lagging? Are you lagging or am I lagging?
I think Maggie's lagging.
Here.
Yeah. Are you lagging or am I lagging?
Oh, sorry.
I think
Maggie's lagging. That's me.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Are you lagging or am I lagging?
Oh, sorry. Oops.
Who's coming? Oh, Kayla.
She's got her on a repeat. But I passed by that place and it was a cool place. I mean, I guess, you know, but I didn't care much for it. But one of the things that the people asked about, and we asked also in regards to the safety. Let me say that the people here say, well, no, it's actually the cartels that actually keep this place safe. And I said, well, what do you mean? They said, well, because a lot of folks out there, uh, they will not go out there and mug you, or rob from you or take from you because they're afraid of retaliation by the cartels. Isn't that kind of trippy?
Yeah, you would think it's the opposite. Or
Yeah. Well, it's like no le dan permiso a la gente. You have to get
that's
their
good because
authorization.
then it takes the tourist
Oh yeah,
away.
yeah. It does take it hurts tourism, but I think one of the reasoning behind it is that's how much of a control they have. I think this is one of the things that happened in Matamoros. And again, I think the group there in Matamoros that controls a great old chunk of part of it, like actually maintain the peace out there. And if anyone tries to do something, they cross the line, then they have to answer to the card to that little. It's called la mania, and it. You go out there and you weigh. Is it a good thing to have cartels and groups like La
So is
Mania?
it more at peace though? Because I always, you always heard about the shootings and the blockades of the roads, and I just thought, oh, what's on your teeth?
I'm just seeing that I need another whining. Well, I think what happens, Kayla, is that a lot of times it's when the government tries to rein in the cartels
Mm.
that it gets kind of on the iffy side. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
O sea,
we went to Matamoros today actually,
to eat or to
and
just.
no, we took my 18-year-old to the eye doctor because she wants to get LASIX. Well, my father-in-law is a eye specialist in Matamoros,
Mm,
Carlos' dad, and he does LASIX. So we actually went to go see him.
oh, that's
But
cool.
the last time we were there, I don't remember seeing anybody out on the streets. And I was so in shock that today, I mean, there was a lot of activity going on. People just seemed to be more freely. Students, you would see them outside of the colegios, just kind of hanging out. And vendors, there were people like selling things out of like little homes, or and I even asked Carlo, I said, what's going on, what has changed that people just seem to be more comfortable with making money, because I was always under the assumption that they even controlled how much they made, how much they could, you know I
Yeah,
don't
I
know.
don't think that that's the case much. I think a lot of that has been a misconception that the government has tried to put in there, like saying like, oh well, it's a horrible thing.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure, but one of the things that I think is like slowly coming back to Matamoros. One of the things that I actually want to go be a part of is they brought back the roll,
Oh, el rol.
el rol. They brought back el rol every Thursday, and what happens is they start setting up these little like food trucks and
Oh,
little puestecitos all down Obregon. And I think that's kind of cool.
oh,
I
we
think
should definitely try that. I remember when I was in high school, that was like the thing on Sundays, right?
yeah, it was Sundays. I think it was
Yeah, and
Sundays.
you drive there by Mr. Lee's and Black Cats and
Black and whites.
yes.
Yeah, so that might be coming back, and
Ooh.
again, it's already happening on Thursdays, and that's a good thing. That's another one of those signs that I think everything is a okay, and I think that's the same thing that happens here. Is everything seems very very peaceful. A lot of the individuals, and the word comes from the individuals that are in the working class, and if those people tell you it's safe, then you guesstimate that it is safe. But the guys were saying that you could walk on the malecon here like at 2, 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and you're going to be okay. No one's going to mess with you. You're going to be safe. So
Wow.
I tend to believe it. Not that I want to do that,
I was gonna say, are you gonna give it a try?
I don't think so. I think I'm okay without having that experience. But it's
Where
been a.
did Maggie go?
I think she was having internet trouble.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
But
I saw you in chanclas. I couldn't believe it.
yeah, I was wearing chanclas because we were supposedly going to a beach when we did go to a beach and to this peninsula, La Isla de la Piedra and stuff. And it was okay. I mean, it was nice. I think one of the things that I got into a fight with Abraham is because Abraham didn't want to come. Uh, well, because he has work, but he says that he didn't want to come because está bien feo Mazatlán. Digo, está bien feo, está bien aburrido. And
I've heard really nice things about it.
yeah, actually, I thought it was great.
It looked
I
really pretty, the pictures you've shared.
Yeah, I've had a good time, and
And the weather?
amazing. I mean, 80, 85 degrees, perfect weather,
Wow.
and it's been great. It's been a great
I
little
was
trip.
gonna post on one of your pictures. I need to start hanging out more with you so I could
You,
tag along on these trips.
you come anytime you want.
Just then go to
And
sleep.
yeah, and let me see you. I have December, November 30th through December the 4th, Mexico City. If you want to come along, that's great.
Yes,
December,
that's been a trip I've been wanting to do.
November, November 30th and December the 1st, we're
Carlos?
going to be at Teotihuacan, the pyramids, and the hotel there is amazing. And then on the second and on the third, we're going to be in Mexico City in La Zona Rosa. So it's going to be fun. So y'all more than welcome to join in. So right now there's like I think like four people that wanna join. So we'll
Oh,
see what
so,
happens.
well, Carlos listening, so
Yeah,
well,
it's amazing. And one of my I guess coworkers, she wants to go to el Museo de la Casa de Frida Kahlo.
hmm.
So it
Well,
should be
I would
interesting.
want to go anywhere because I've never been, and everything I've heard from Mexico City is amazing.
Mexico City's got to be one of the most beautiful cities in the world. It's
At
just
one
there's a
point, I heard that there's like ruins underneath the city. Is that true?
yeah. Actually, right next to the cathedral at El Zócalo, they found because they were building some lines for electricity or something, and they actually found a pyramid right next to the cathedral, and this is
Wow.
underneath. So what happened is after the conquest, they just started to cover everything up. They used as much rock as they could, and then they just covered the rest up and didn't give two hoots about it. So it's just amazing. That's just at the Zocalo. So actually, they stopped that building, and they have this amazing museum, El Museo del Templo Mayor, which is amazing. But a couple of things that we want to do in Mexico City is, of course, El Museo de Antropología, Nacional de Antropología. That place is powerful. And Chapultepec, El Castillo de Chapultepec, and El Ojo de Mexico. That's going to be my goal. He's
Well,
back.
I
So,
hope we can make it
yeah, yeah. November 30th and November
through
30th
the
to December the
December.
4th. Yeah, December the 4th. And then
Carlos'
December,
birthday is December 13th, so that would be a good birthday gift for himself.
yeah, it'll be amazing. On 15th to the 19th, I'm going to do a wedding in Georgia. And, oh, and December 23rd to the 27th, Christmas in New York City.
Oh, I'm jealous.
Y'all can come along if you want. It's right now. It's just Abraham, myself, and his oldest kid. It's Jimmy's birthday. So I said, Jimmy, what do you want to do for your birthday? He goes, New York City. I said, couldn't you ask for anything a little bit less expensive?
And then at that time of year, but it's the
Well,
perfect time of year.
this is the perfect time of year. Well, it's kind of trippy because I was trying to find something closer to his birthday, but the only schedule that fit with my schedule and their schedule was December 23rd to the 27th, which is Christmas. And I mean, what better to spend Christmas in New York City?
The snow, the cold.
skating,
The
ice skating,
ginormous tree, and they set up everything.
the
It's just beautiful.
decorations, Macy's.
The Macy's
Oh,
parade,
I'm excited. We'll see what
the
happens.
park.
It'll be interesting. He's back 2024.
When is
Yeah,
his birthday?
December the 5th. December the 5th is his
Okay.
birthday. So it's going to. So we're going to go on the 23rd. But I'm doesn't know that I have a show. Well, at least one thing I know for sure, he doesn't watch the show, so I can talk all I want about it. But um, yeah, Trump announced tonight. I did not see the announcement that he's going to run for president. Let me say, guys, I'm hearing both sides of the argument out there in regards to uh, Trump is no more. He's not going to add up to much. He's going to be ineffective. He's not going to do well.
I
Uh,
think the Republican Party is just not happy with him.
well, I think neither party is.
Well, of course, but he had a lot of support from the Republican Party
Well, it's.
before.
I think it's going to be a country video. First of all, I wouldn't count him out. And I think that
Well,
that's one of the things that Hillary and the Democrats did back in 2022. Yeah, 20 no 2018. In 20 is it 2018? Yeah, 2018. They thought he was a clown, and they thought that no, he wasn't going to get anywhere, and he kicked everyone's butt in the Republican Party. So everyone thought that that year was the Bush year, the Jeb Bush year, and Trump who wiped the dirt with Jeb Trump, and I like
I
that.
think it was a confusing year for most people. I think people were tired of certain things that were happening and they thought, we need a change. Maybe this guy has the business background and he can turn our country around, but he ended up being a buffoon.
Well,
Uh,
let me say that the country's not in a good spot right about now.
no,
The country's not in a great spot right now. But let me say one thing: if our local election proves anything, you just don't know. You just don't know what the hell is going through voters' minds, or if they're even coming out to vote. And it's going to be interesting. And this is one of the things that I think that is very, very telling. But one of the things that I think I've shared, especially in regards to this race, and I've had a conversation with Carlos Cascos and other individuals, is it's important to learn, and maybe strategize a little bit better for the next election. And our next election coming up locally is going to be the citywide election, which is city commission, and there should be four seats, four seats that are coming up. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting race. It's going. There's an opportunity to take back control, the reign of city government, and we'll see. Again, I want to think that the people of Brownsville are tired of their PUB bills. They're tired of the audit. They're tired of this charter review committee that's not going to do a damn thing. And that's one of the things that I actually wanted to speak about today at the city commission meeting. But my internet didn't help out, and I think Susan was going to mention it as well, and Susan couldn't make the meeting either. But it's a mess,
well, and
and
all this like building of industrial parks, and they talk about it like it's the best thing for Brownsville, but I mean, I don't see anything great about it, really.
well, again, and something that I hope that people remember, Tenasca was one project, just one project. And how many other projects does PUB have? How many other projects that were mentioned on the audit in regards to greasing the wheels does the city of Brownsville have? I mean, I'm not even going to go into the county. The county is going to be a mess for at least the next 8 years. So screwed. Go to Los Mochis, Sinaloa, where Chapo escaped. I don't think I want to do that. Hola, atao. How's Lucy Maggie? Maggie just disappeared. The business in Mexico, business in Mexico have to give cut to money to cartels. not even sure that is true here in the bigger cities where cartel. I don't know. I know what you're talking about because I think I heard that in Hermoso, a lot of individuals were taking control, and I don't know.
Isn't that what the Italian mob used to do? Like they used to charge a quota, like a monthly, right?
yeah, they pay for protection.
Back in the day.
Yeah, I need to go back to El Rol too. It's on Thursdays. I thought it was Erasmus internet, but maybe it was mine lagging. Yeah, it was yours. So Republicans are now saying that they are moving on from Trump. Now they are supporting the Florida governor. Yes,
Whoa.
that was the other
DeSantis?
the Santis. That was the other side of the coin. That I saw two articles actually because I woke up very very early. One of them stated, "Don't count out Trump," despite the fact that most individuals out there are not giving him a chance in hell. Don't count him out. And made mention in regards to DeSantis, being one of the front runners in regards to leads. I think one of the things that a lot of people are weighing that on is that there's been some polls that show that DeSantis is ahead of Trump and Tulsi Gabbard. Actually, I'd like to see Tulsi Gabbard come up in the ranks. I think she's awesome.
So they're not best buddies anymore?
Yeah, Trump is not best buddies with, I don't think, anyone.
Well, but you know how they kissed
Oh,
each other's ass. Like,
yeah. 2016, Frankie, you're right. My bad. I'm horrible at math. I'm not even joking. I'm horrible at math.
yes, 4-year terms.
Trump is so old news, but he still has his backwood moonshining, making cult followers. And don't again. I would caution everyone: don't kick him to the curb just yet. Let's see what happens in the next couple of months.
He does have a huge following,
Huge,
like a lot of support from your normal folks.
yeah, it is huge, and it's just going to be interesting. It'll give individuals.
I mean, clearly, look what they did on January 6th. That's wild.
It is crazy. Uh, with that said, and again, one of the things that I think I differentiate from a lot of people out there, a lot of people seem to say that it wasn't any of Trump's fault of what happened January 6th. I would beg to differ. I think Trump fueled that fire to a certain degree, to a certain point, that made these individuals want to go that. Because let me say, guys, it's not the way. You don't go out there and say this election is illegitimate. They're trying to steal your government. You can't do that. You got to do one or two things. You got to wait till the process is over, or you got to or you just got to concede gracefully. Congratulate the individual that won the race, and then move forward. And if you completely disagree, then you go on and wait for 2 years to run your candidates again. But anyone that says that Trump had nothing to do or wasn't at fault in regards to what happened January 6th, I mean, they're delusional.
Yes.
Delusional. It's just a very sad situation. With that said, one of the things that I think was mentioned today was that Victor Caballero has paid or is going to pay for a recount.
Carla
And
was just telling me that this afternoon.
has collected suffice money to put the money forward to the recount.
Good for him. I hope that he is right about it. I don't know much about it. I did just hear that they thought the accounts were flipped.
Yeah, and if that's the case, it's going to be very, very interesting because it's something that we've had kind of doubts on, even back in 2020 when we ran for BISD, and the numbers didn't seem to add up. We sort of thought that the numbers had been flipped there as well. And with Caballero, it does look weird, guys. Coming, I think it's 58 to 42%. 58 to 42 was the margin that Frank Ortiz won, and 42 to 58 was what Caballero lost on. So it doesn't make any sense because you would think that the individuals that were coming out to vote for Ortiz were going to vote for Caballero. I mean, hand in hand together. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Why is it that the exact number, the same percentage, was flipped on them? You know?
That makes sense.
Let's see. Look, I got some coming. Look what happened with Texas governor race. Everyone thought Beto would win, but Abbott won. Yeah, I had no I had no doubt that Abbott was going to win that race. I'm still waiting to see Carlo with an Abbott shirt. Hola, cheese, Carla. An old show from 2 years ago popped up. You were talking about how Eddie and Denise hired the pedophile for their campaign. People didn't forget Caballero should have won. Yeah, and that is what is so trippy is that it didn't make sense because that guy that the guy that child molester. I don't know if y'all knew this, but a child molester, sex offender, registered, was out there pushing for their campaigns and actually out there at the BISD and at the school and stuff, and was actually at the recount when it was a Minerva against Marisa. It's crazy stuff that happens in local Brownsville politics. It's just really maddening. But my concern with the Caballero recount thing uh, is it going to prove something different? Is it going to prove that the votes were flipped? Or is there still someone on the inside that's going to still do the same thing that they did during election day? You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So I don't know. One of the things that I hoped and I tried to encourage people out there is please do not get your hopes up, because what happens is a lot of individuals they get their hopes up to this certain level, and then when nothing happens, it's como que se agüitan. And this is one of the things that I've been hopefully successful in with folks out there, because you get a lot of messages from people. Erasmo, are you okay? You lost the election. I tell people, guys, we move forward because I don't want a mentality of defeatism, to fall on our community. I don't want our community to feel that, it no vale la pena pelear. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I was telling that to Carlo too when
Yeah.
when we were discussing that whole Caballero thing, wanting to fight for the count.
Yeah. I just don't want people to fall into that little, and then all of a sudden, boom, Mocos, gets slammed back down. So no matter what the outcome, folks, of this recount, guys, it doesn't mean that you stop fighting. It means that you prepare yourself for next elections, which are going to be May 2023, and then, guys, in November of 2024, guys. Just prepare yourself to fight a little bit harder than you did. It's what it is. But no one should get discouraged in regards to being a part of the process. And that's one of the things that I hope, because one of the things that a reporter reached out today and stated, "Hey, we noticed that y'all were not at the meeting today." And I said, "It's not because of a lack of interest; it's because there's just so many meetings, and we all have lives, and I understand that. Uh, we just need more people to pick up, help us pick up the weight, because we can't be at everything. I tried today to sign up for the meeting. I actually did sign up. My internet didn't help me in Mazatlan today at around that time. Susan was going to speak today, and because of stuff that was out of her control, she couldn't go speak. So what
I
happened?
wanted to be there, and I've just been really busy with trying to help my brother, and
Yeah, and we
you know,
need other people again. And someone I ran into someone this weekend at Walmart, and they were going like, "I don't know, if you be." I said, "Help us, you know, help us, help you. We need
yeah.
the help." And they said that they were excited about it. Oh, one thing that I did not share with the reporter yet, because I want us all to have a clear understanding, is that you know, there's a lot of other work that I think a lot of us are doing on the backside that may seem like, oh, well, y'all are working less than you were before. It's not the case, and I've shared that we've had conversations with attorneys in regards to filing a lawsuit, and we might get some good news next week. But I don't want to excite everyone, say like, oh, this is gonna happen, and then nothing happens. But we've got some good news. Yeah, we're hopeful. We're hopeful. We got some good news, and the minute that we find out that we have a lawsuit, guys, to benefit the city of Brownsville, you better believe we'll come out and say something. Pero we have to have la cabra de los pelos. We have to have a sure. I will say, I think, and this is what I caught on, and I know Carla knows about this, but all of a sudden we've got two law firms, that are calling us, and that they're interested. That says something to me. It says
Hmm.
that there's something there, that these individuals, that two different firms
From
have,
two different cities.
from two different cities, have decided to, you know, bring us in to get a little bit more information, which is something that we plan to do.
Hmm.
Not in group, not in group, and it's not to exclude anyone out there. It's just to have a little bit more order,
Right.
and one of the things that and again, one of the things that I've always wanted to say is I'll exclude myself if someone wants to take my place. The only reason that I'm not going to do that is because I've been fighting this longer, and
Well, and I don't think you should, because if anything, you are like, you're the one that the main piece to the puzzle. Like, you brought us all together. Not because you called us in, but because we started finally paying attention and listening and asking and doubting and getting involved. And so then,
yeah,
no,
well,
like, you have to be the
yeah,
one of.
yeah. Well, one of the it's crazy, but one of the things that I think I shared with someone last week was, look, guys, you don't even have to believe anything I say. Just do a little bit of reading, you know, reading, and that audit is very, very damning. And the conversation that I had with one of the attorneys this past week was said, this is what they stated. Uh, we read the summary,
Audit. Oh,
and we're only on page 13 or 18 of the audit report. And he said, I haven't read it all yet. He goes, it looks good. We're probably going to take it. And this, Kayla, is only, and I hadn't shared this with you. Creo que se me va la onda a veces. This is someone that only got to read 13 pages of the audit. And I said, I told him, I said, wait till you read the rest. It's going to be very, very shocking. But just with reading 13 pages of it or something like that, stated we're probably going to be working together very, very closely. And I said, yes,
we're ready.
we're ready. Little hats make big problems. Uh, the red hats, I think they're caps. Nothing is going to happen to Abraham Brucia. Um, and I know who Bob is talking about. Bob is talking about, I'm sure that he's talking about Abraham Golansky. And I said, let me tell you, I think Abraham Golansky has been one of the smartest individuals here in the city of Brownsville. You cannot deny that the guy has been brilliant in regards to putting the pieces where he needed to put them, uh, putting the money in the pockets that he needed to put in order to bank like a crazy man, bank like a crazy man. And again, not applauding them for the raterio, for greasing the wheels of the city commissioners or the mayors, applauding them because it takes a good chess player out there, to position your pawns where they need to be. And and he's positioned every single city commissioner, uh, present and past. So I don't think Abraham Galaski is going to be in trouble much, unless there was some chanchuke in regards to the right of way with the Tanasca property purchase. That's the only thing. But we'll see. There's got to be a reason why Nerith Golonsky voted against the audit. So it's going to be interesting. But I'm excited. I'm excited for what's going to happen as soon as I get back, Lord willing, on Thursday, in regards to the Tanasca and the meetings that we're going to have with different attorney firms. No, I'm not coaching there. You better not be, bro. I'm excited, and I'm excited for the city of Brownsville. And let me say, one of the things that I did speak to the attorney about was that in regards to restitution, guys, the ones that are going to benefit from the lawsuit, it's not going to be Erasmo Castro. I promise you, it's not going to be anyone in out there that's out there speaking. It's going to be the city's citizens of Brownsville, because there's no interest in regards to making any type of money. And I will say this, attorneys don't go into lawsuits out of the kindness of their hearts. They're going to sue for attorney fees, but we might possibly have a lawsuit on our hands that's going to completely decimate and dissolve PUB. And that would be a huge victory for the citizens of Brownsville. And it's exactly what the city needs. It needs to decimate and destroy PUB, and let free market come in, private companies take over. Who knows? Maybe get CPNL, Magic Valley, or whoever the hell else wants to come in, and let them compete for our
Mhm.
business. It's the only way that price the rates are going to go down. I don't. I've gotten some messages from a lot of individuals right now that they still haven't seen a big old rate decrease in their bill. Mine stated 300 and some, I think, if I'm not mistaken, and I don't know what the next one will be. So I'm not sure. Uh, I get asked a lot if individuals are still on the no disconnection notice, and no
Late
accumulation
fee.
fees. So I think as of right now, yes. If that isn't the case for anyone out there, please let us know, and I'll I'll check in with the city of Brownsville to see where we're at in regards to that. No one should be getting late accumulated late fees or disconnections at least till February 23rd. That is what we were told. I kid, I troll. No, you're right. Greetings, Kayla. Thank you for your time, your knowledge, and your willingness to bring the powers down to their knees. Stay strong in this battle.
Thank you.
Ray's amazing. Ray, I'm hoping that you'll join the fight a little bit more openly. Ray's always been very, very supportive, and I appreciate that. There's a lot of different fights to fight out there in the city of Brownsville. I'm hoping that Victor Caballero is successful. I'm hoping that uh, the swearing in ceremony for Frank Ortiz and Carlos Elizondo, and also Denise Garza. Just to make mention, it's going to be held on Thursday at 5:30 at CAB on Central Boulevard, Palm Boulevard. It'll be at CAB, guys. I know that there was jumping up and down. It was going to be at the boardroom, then at Hannah Gym. Now it's at CAB. Uh, One of the things that I think is very, very important is where the power of the board is going to be at, because there's an opportunity right now for it to go 4-3, and for there to be a majority who are actually going to get some stuff done at BISD. Let me say, am I hopeful? I'm hopeful. I just very skeptical, and I'm very skeptical because I think that Carlos Elizondo is going to, to push for the right thing. I think that Frank Ortiz is going to push for the right thing. Uh, I think Minerva Peña is going to join Carlos Elizondo and Frank Ortiz. And I think that Jessica Gonzalez might, maybe, help out Carlos Elizondo and Frank Ortiz. If that is the case, the majority shifts and changes. Apparently, the CFO has already decided to leave the CFO, and that is one of Rene Gutierrez's, Dr. Gutierrez's individuals. So if Jessica Gonzalez and Minerva Peña want to truly affect change at BISD, they will join forces with Carlos Elizondo and Frank
Frank.
Ortiz. But with that said, let me say, I do not doubt for a second that Denise Garza, uh, Daniela Lopez Valdez, and Eddie Garcia, I have no doubts that they've been courting Jessica Gonzalez.
Mm.
Jessica Gonzalez is not the sharpest tool in the shed. She is not very, very bright. So we'll see. Either she'll do the right thing or she'll do the one that is more beneficial to her.
Debate.
Yeah, and not what's beneficial to the community. We'll see. Again, I'm hopeful. Mm, I don't trust any of these people. I mean, I don't trust these people that we're needing to sway. I think, again, Carlos Elizondo and Frank Ortiz, their heart is in the right place. They will do the right thing. Praying that Minerva Peña starts playing ball. The same thing with Jessica Gonzalez, but we'll see. Uh, Anything other, Kayla?
No, if you don't mind me, I just want to take a quick minute and thank the community for turning up for my family. We've had a really nice turnout with support and donations. And if anybody out there are one of the ones, just know that I am truly grateful. My brother and my sister-in-law are like, we're just so grateful and thankful to God that they've been getting that type of support. And so thank you. I know thank you is like a word that we throw around a lot, like I'm sorry, but please know that it carries a lot of sentiment behind it.
Well,
So thank you.
one of the things that I think that the community, and this is one of the great things about this community, and I've experienced it firsthand, is that in time of need, like someone's home burning down, individuals, not having a place to live or something, the community really comes together, and I think that's wonderful. That's great, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful that the community has met the needs, and I'm sure that they'll continue to, and not only in your brother's case, but I'm sure that with many other folks out there as well.
Yes, for sure. And that, you know what, that gives me hope that if we can come together in that sense, because at the end of the day, we are human and we feel for one another. Let's do the same for our city, like the fight that we're doing for with PUB and all of these things, like Erasmo has said, we're doing it for you guys, obviously for us, but for you guys, like it's not just us. And so if we can come together like that, because we all have great hearts, and at the end of the day we all want better for our children and our elders, and and for ourselves, let's do it all around, guys. And I think that we would have such a better city instead of being infested with ratas.
Oh, too many ratas. Yes, guys. Thank you again for coming together, and continue to come together, and for wanting to make a difference. Um, there's other meetings coming around the corner. We still have the charter review committee coming on Thursday.
Mm,
Charter commu- charter review committee is a piece of trash. Nothing is going to come from it. It's a bunch of bull crap. Anyone that is out there still believing that these individuals want to change and that they want to hold PUB accountable is delusional. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen with this charter review committee. All you have to do is look at the previous meetings, and you'll see how They're fighting it tooth and nail. I mean, some of them even suggested that nothing needs to change. And that's very unfortunate. Because if there's one thing that we learned, should have learned from the audit, is that everything needs to change. Everything. Hey, thanks for coming on, Kayla.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Guys, have a great evening. Social distance, face covering, hand sanitizer. Still believe in all that crap. Guys, see
Good
you tomorrow
night.
morning, 9 o'clock in the morning. Be good to each other.
Have fun.
I try. God bless.